What up, what up, what up? This Dame in the building. We back for Loose Talk. I would like to call this episode 2, season 2, episode 1, man. It's going to be exciting interview. I got my man in the building. I'm going to let him introduce himself.
Yeah, you already know. Bang, 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 bang.
Have
And
it.
I'm back like I never left. What's up, man?
So, I'm going to get started real quick, y'all. Then we're going to jump into it with my man. I want to talk about a couple important things, man. We just getting started on a new season. I want to speak on something real quick that's very important. I'm by myself now. Dame is in the building. We starting a new Filoosh Talk. I had a partner, Ant, good brother of mine, man. And this is very important that I start the podcast off with this. Because as brothers and as men, as businessmen, I want us to be even, if we separate, I want us to be humble and thorough. So I have nothing bad to say about my brother. I wish him all the best. He's starting his own thing, straight podcast. Wish him the best, man. You know what I mean? So, we just kicking off, man. I'm super excited. I got a multi-show network that's coming for Loose Talk. We got Filoosh Sports Talk, and we're going to be doing the food reviews, man. So, really look out for me and be patient. But I got a lot of good content coming, and I'm on it. So, spinning into this with my good brother here, man, I want to say I'm really honored that he's here. Last minute, he really came through in the clutch for me, man. And I wanted to start the interview off. I wanted to start my first interview off with somebody real authentic, man. Somebody that I really fuck with, nothing far out. And I called my man, a couple weeks ago. And he here today, man. I just love dudes that's about this and it ain't no superficial stuff involved, man.
Right.
So kicking into my man, he one of the thoroughest dudes that been in fashion in the city of Philadelphia. He carry a lot of weight. A lot of people might not know him and know what he's doing. But one thing that's for sure, he worked with the kids and the community, and that mean a lot to me. So he really introduced me to the fashion world on a high level. So I really, give him a lot of love for that. We don't talk about that a lot, but some of my first fashion shows was with this brother. And I was sitting at some of his fashion shows prior to me being in this circle. So I'm just honored and I'm happy here. This is my brother EA, Uptown legend,
Thank you for
Philly
allowing me. Thank you
legend,
for having me. Dave.
entertaining legend.
Yeah,
Yeah, we here, man.
yeah.
One of Gilly's best friends, man. Like they got years in.
Right.
I'm gonna ask EA this. I don't know if I brought this up to him yet. Years ago, man,
Right.
it was artists performing in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
My man Meliano,
Mm-hmm.
Gilly. We had 2 limos, man.
Mm-hmm.
We had Joe Bread with us.
Mm-hmm.
We was in a limo, and I don't
That was
even
on my
know.
birthday.
I don't even
That
know
was
if
my
EA
birthday
remember
party.
this was
I
me.
remember every last one.
This how deep this story is, man. We in the limo, man, had the time of our life, man. We had all the up and coming
We
artists in
had
the
2
city.
limos.
We went to eat cheesesteaks down South Street.
Mm-hmm.
We had the time of our life. At the end of the night, we get in the car. This when EA had the gray BMW, man. I'm gonna take him back. EA dropped me and Joe Bread off, man. Gilly was in the car. We had like 6 people in his BMW, man, years ago. But I would have never thought, fast forward to now, that we would be here.
Yeah.
So I met this brother through a real good friend of mine, Joe Bread, rest his
Rest
soul.
in peace.
A
Rest in power.
real thorough uptown legend
Right.
that loved me up, down, and between, man. And I love stuff like that, man. I met the brother when he came home from prison. I didn't grow up with Joe Bread. And we built a real organic brotherhood and friendship where he had me in some of the biggest circles backstage at some of the biggest places, just out of love, man, nothing else. So,
Yep.
I was just spending EA on my introductions to him. I come up uptown. He was doing the DVDs when I was a kid, when I was young, with him and Easy J's. So this brother been putting in work, man. And some people don't understand what work is when you don't see instant success. So this brother's success is coming. His time is now, man. So we just kicking in, man. I had to give him a long joint because
No,
this
that's a
my
good
brother.
joint.
We rarely
I
get
like
to
to
talk
be
about
shocked
that. You know what I
because
mean? And I give them their
you
flowers
rolling.
while they here, man. So
You rolling?
we here, man. How you
Rolling.
feeling though, EA?
Alhamdulillah, man. I have no complaints. I have a lot of things that I have in room for improvement on. Not saying that everything is going right because it's not. I would be unofficial. You know, But for the record, I'm, you know, I'm striving, man. Just striving to be whatever it is that manifests in the physical for my short term and my long term goal. Well, I don't have any long term goals.
Mm.
I used to. I used to study them and plan them. I have all short term and mid term goals. Long term goals, I ain't thinking about them because my short term and my mid term comes way before long term. So respectfully, alhamdulillah,
Alhamdulillah, man.
I'm
So,
fine.
how you feeling, man? Like, what's going on in fashion? I know you got a lot of
Um,
documentaries. I know you got a lot of stuff. Tell the people a little bit about what you do for as the documentaries and stuff that you have done in the past and the
well,
present.
what we're gearing up now, 2025, is to concentrate more on to the stories and the background origin of people, places, and things. And you'll see that, you start formatting them, start calling them documentaries, start calling them films, whether short films or long films or plays. You know, as street journalists, and the reason why I like to geographically call them street journalists like myself, because I think we have more empirical knowledge of putting together production than people that went to school.
Hmm.
Even though their accolades and their power and their success override a little bit of that sometimes, but then sometimes it does not. But I like to say street before it because a lot of us, and many of us, haven't went to school. Some of us circle back and went to school. Some of the educational institutions for journalism and things of that nature.
Hmm.
But for the most part, a lot of us just grind from the muscle, just having the empirical knowledge from just growing up. You know, I learned pre-production and post-production and all types of divisions of production just from growing up on one television that's 13 of us had to watch, where we had to change the channel with the pliers.
Ooh,
You
heavy.
know, black and white, just it just was a joy. So fashion was always a part of me because when you grow up having less, and people don't like when I say being a have not, but I always grew up a have not. So that's why I'm proud of being coming from a have not perspective, because now having, and it has nothing to do with money. Material is material. And if you just understand what material is made of, then you'll understand how powerful it is and the value of it.
I got a question for you. How did the Philly Storm of fashion come about?
Because we get to make it, I explained that a lot of times, but just to give you the powerful, most ebonic version that I can give, because we got tired of the main industry hating on the independency. So we collaborated our own Philly Storm of Fashion, where because I'm from Philadelphia, number one, and a lot of the fashion that we actually love nowadays it storms together, which back in the 80s and the 90s was frowned upon. Some of the tradition that I like is like 60s, 70s, like example mixing polka dots with pinstripes,
Hmm.
like symbolically, like some of the pants I have on today, like um, these were pants. These are more like back in the 60s and the 70s look. This is an old school look, even though you could put it together with a nice cashmere sweater. But I would be able to put together with, I could put flowers on this. Like example, look at my socks. They polka dots.
Hmm.
See? And see, and I threw a little Versace because it's loud. But it matches it. It's a storm of fashion.
Hmm.
What is a storm of fashion? A storm of fashion is basically a collaboration of your art mixed together. And the storm is the attribute, is the action word where you have to implement it. So by me implementing stripes on polka dot socks,
Hmm.
like people would have said back in the day, oh, you look like a Puerto Rican or Boricua, or you look like a Jamaican, or, you know, but they were See, you can't be afraid. I know guys that won't wear color.
Right.
Like I like fashion, and I like gaudy fashion, but I like it to dumb down too. Like this is a reversible Versace, but I can get loud with it. Look, I can I can really get real loud. But no, I reversed it just to calm it down a little, and that's what I like about fashion because fashion is what you create of it. You don't have to be in nobody's box, and that's what I started. Me and Top Model Yama, and then Fran came along some years later. We started Philly Stormer Fashion, and it all started out with Mama Jones with the psychotic Stormer Fashion because Mama Jones was one of the first ones that did one of my biggest shows by myself. Like I started off with the Hatcher Brothers, Roy and Jamar. They allowed me to do some shows with them, and we did very well together because they was the Dudley Boys, the guys that was running around selling the Dudley hair products. Then they ventured off, did their own things. They went was influenced for a little while. I had the blessing to be able to meet the owner of Influence. He was from Virginia, so that was a blessing as well. So that's where the fashion part came in at.
All right, we're going to switch gears, man. I got a question for you, man. I know you do a lot in music, and I know you got something real big coming up with the Come Up Show, Cosmic Kev. Would you like to tell the people about that? I want you to tell the city. We want to bring the music back, man. Tell them what's going on.
Honestly, Day, you want my real honest opinion about music because I'm on Filoosh and I'm gonna give you. Um, and when we talk about Cosmic Kev is a dinosaur in the game, and when you think about legends, legends are so legendary that they're fragile. You have to handle them with care. So if they allow themselves to bring any of their spirit out for the people in the community, it's one of the biggest gifts that a person that number one is number one. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't, positions don't. This is not egotistic behavior. This is who it is.
Right? Following.
So when somebody position hold and have a certain position to be able to extend that courtesy to you, no matter how less of a many people you can or you can't, just to be able to have the opportunity is a blessing.
I agree.
So this is one of the things I just say, while I don't know how many years I have in front of me, I can count the many years I have in back of me, especially coming straight home from my rebirth, which was November 98, to now. I never had a break. I've never ever took a break in it, but now I'm starting to see to the point where I want to slow down and I want to stop a lot of the things that I was doing so that way I could pass the torch to my team. To be very honest, man. Because it's easy to do it, and people don't know, like, once you have the science of knowing how, you can basically do anything. All you need is the budget. So all you need is the capital. If you have the capital, you can do anything. I done did every kind of production, you name it. I was on comedy shows. Like, just to think about it, from November 98 to now, I done did comedy shows in the early 90s, 90, 91, 92. No, 98, I mean 2000, you know what I mean? And it's just, it's, with, and I don't mean to say that it's easy to do, because it's not easy to do. It's hard work and dedication, and it will burn you out. It'll burn the average person out. Some people just want to do it for egotistic reasons, but when you're doing it and you spending $4, $5, $10,000 and you don't make it back,
Right.
and you keep doing it, it's not the definition of insanity, because if you can afford to do it, you'll keep doing it. And sometimes it's not affordability; it's accountability. So if you're saying that you're a production and you're saying you bring forth something this, and you're saying that if you're a position holder, your job is to offer the positions then. If you're the DJ, if you're the MC, if you're the podcaster, or you're the interviewee or the interviewer, then you have a job to do.
Right.
Your job is to spread the information.
All right, I got a good one for you, man. It seems I've been around you for some years, and you got a good team with Fran and Yama. I've been seeing y'all for years consistently. How did you formulate this good team with three people
Well,
to
it still be
to
hard
stay
because we
consistent?
all are human beings and we got everyday lives. And what made it easy because, honestly, God, sometimes me and Fran and Yama just laughed the next day because we like the fashion show we had at the Met, 2,800 people. You know what I'm saying? 268 models and designers.
Mm.
Backstage, you was there?
Yes, sir.
That, you cannot say that you have put on a large production like that. No disrespect to y'all. 268 models and designers.
That's heavy.
And each designer, okay, we have 13, 14 designers. They all did like 20, 30 looks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we ran a smooth production. Yeah, the people get, oh, who next? But it was so popping. And yeah, after a while, we learn how to condense it down and make the expedite it. Depends on the type of production. But some people you doing spurts, and I'm happy. But they in the fashion world, my first world was the rap game like you. That's what kept me in the game. I don't think I would be doing fashion if it wasn't for rap. If it wasn't for the love of music,
Right.
Like my daughter in second year in college, that's a sophomore they call it.
Mm-hmm.
She aged Howard, whatever they call it, HU, whatever they call it.
Man, blessings.
You know what I'm saying? She 4.0. For me, I be bragging because I see her test grade. She really had like a 4.2.
Mm.
But certain schools don't accredit nothing past a 4.0.
Deep.
I be talking about it a lot because that's heavy for a child to stay focused and stay close under the neck of a valedictorian. What's the other one? You know the other one, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So,
I want to commend you for something great that you do, man. Sometime in the fashion world, I've seen you do this. Challenge people and sometimes put them in position, even if they didn't know they was ready to be there, man. And that's
nobody
important.
is ready. You know what I noticed? And it became a learned behavior. Don't nobody want to be challenged and pushed to the best.
Mm.
But once they see it, I had people hate on me my whole life, me being an extrovert. Even in me being a supervisor and just growing up through debt collections. But I had collectors that come back years later, 15 years later, and was like, yo, you used to be an a-hole. And now, thinking back on how you taught me, you all that.
Mm.
I'm the top collector this. The commission that I made, XYZ. And that make me feel proud because I'm a sales manager. I'm a sales professional. And I'm 55 years old. A lot of people don't get that. And I love what I do now. I work for a company called CMI. And I love what I do, just learning compliance, studying the laws. I could run a Fortune 500 company or 100. I could manage a $100 million portfolio. I manage close to one. You know what I'm saying?
That's heavy.
I mean, yeah, because numbers don't lie. Of course, with a group of males and females, but I got girl bosses, and they taught me well, and I honor that. You know what I'm saying?
And that's heavy too that you say that. Us coming from the streets, man, a lot of men
That's why I say it, man. It don't be bragging,
they never
because we don't
figure
have no
out,
accolades, man.
but they never figure out the work part of life. That we can work and be hustlers and be proud of
You
ourselves.
can't be a hustler unless you work. That's
Right.
number one. See, people, that stereotype the last 6, 7 years destroyed us. Well, it ain't destroyed me because I'm not of y'all. Respectfully, it destroyed them because they don't know how to be hustlers. They became lazy. It ain't even no such phraseology. Y'all don't want to do it. I'll do it. I'll do your hours and come home and still have fun and come outside with you.
Mm.
And you be like, you was just at work? Yup. Yup.
I got a good question for you about music. What do you think about the drill rap culture?
Hip hop. Great question, man.
Yeah.
where do you really, where your heart at? Because I think that you got a large heart with hip hop.
Man, I love hip hop. I love it all, man. I think we're not recording yet, right?
Yeah.
All right. I have a lot of questions, man, and I know you have a lot of history in hip hop. That's why I'm asking you this
But it
question.
goes so long, man, and I get real political when it comes to those questions because I'm tired of defending it, man. Because every question that be thrown around, man, it be misconstrued or the years and the generation and the time. People just you can't just say hip hop, man. What year?
Hmm.
Do you know that it's been decades and increments in hip hop now?
Hmm.
They say 5, I say longer. So you guys be specific when you ask me about hip hop.
Okay, I wanted to touch on
I hated to say it like that, but
the hip hop in Philly today, this year, up to date. The last couple years, we had a surge in Philly drill rap, which we adopted of a city's culture.
Mhm.
I just wanted your opinion on drill rap and the direction that the Philly music is going in right now.
Well, it's changing up since everybody going to jail. To be very honest, you want to know
Hmm.
the truth.
Right.
It's changing up as we speak. 2025
Hmm.
February.
Hmm.
So what goes up must come down. If I can answer your question, I like the drill sound. I don't like where it stared our people at. I don't like the cause to effect, but I like the drill sound. I always liked the hardcore gangster music. I always liked it when Melly Mel said broken glass everywhere. People piss on the station like they just don't care. I can't take this. I can't take this noise. I got no money to move out. I guess I got no choice.
Hmm.
Rats in the front room, roaches in the back, junkies in the alley with the baseball bat.
Ah,
They tried to get
F.
away, but they couldn't get far. See, it's all to me. It's all sociology rap.
Hmm.
Y'all call it drill rap. I ain't calling no drill rap because everybody ain't run drills rapping.
But I think, in my opinion, I think the Philly rap sound is coming back. Of the E Nesses, of guys who really spit bars, are
See,
coming
but
back. To me,
see, and you're entitled to say to you because this your podcast.
right?
So you can steer it wherever you want it to go. That's why I said be specific. What years you talking about, man? It's certain guys that I don't be liking when people bring up their names in the conversation. If you talk about the origin, you shouldn't be bringing up certain names.
I'm
That's
just
just no. I'm just not you personally. I didn't had this conversation with many men,
I was just
and
saying
I
to
stick to the
me,
script because
Philly.
I'm from the block party days, and none of these guys look familiar to me.
Yeah,
I'm
one of the
being always
times
honest.
I think at one point Philly was always known into the day too that we had a lot of spitters, a lot of like good rappers that could freestyle, that could battle, that can really give you bars. We
Well, let me
always
just
had
say,
that to me.
we always had a large population of music individuals, you know, and I want you to do your research on something, man. See, and I hate these topics. Check out the year Mount Erie's Groove record came out,
Hmm.
and then you tell me how far more you can go back from that.
Mm, heavy. You going in the history, the origin, respect it. So, so do you believe like with older artists? I'm gonna ask you this: older artists that's over a certain cups, over 35, 40.
Mhm.
What space do you think they have in music right
They got a lot of space.
now?
The independent market is never classified, man. You can't put us in no box. That's why I always stay 10 toes down, independent. Because if somebody gave me access to be right there next to Jay-Z, I was right next to Jay-Z. Live 8 on several different occasions.
Mm-hmm.
Roller, several different occasions. If you give me access next to Jay-Z, I can sit next to Jay-Z.
Right.
Ving Rhames,
Mm-hmm.
Gil,
Mm-hmm.
and every other celebrity I've met.
Mm-hmm.
if you give me access, I can sit next to anybody. But I always been independent. Where I'm going with that? You got to be given the access, man.
Right. I agree.
It's all on who you know. Long as you can just be accessible, be in the mix. Nachos, pretzels, corn chips. They all in one bag, but they're not crabs.
That's hard. A lot of artists that stay consistent when they don't see instant success, and that's in all business.
Entitlement. That is where the drill sound kind of, I'm getting out of that. There's no such thing as drill sound. Let's get out of that. Stop putting us in a box. It's always been gangster rap. We got, when we start buying music, then the game be back. And not till then.
I agree.
Because if we start buying the music, we can control it. We don't buy it, so we don't control it. That's why they stream it away from us.
Yeah. Well, we remember the time.
And guess what we doing? Buying the streams.
We remember the time that the record stores was overcrowded. You'd be a block long for the new albums.
Bro, that was when everything was independent. See, I'm from that era. I did trades with the stores, from Funko Mark to Sounds of Germantown to Haim up 69th Street to Funko Mark to Black and Nobel to R&D Works up Cheltenham Mall. I was moving more DVDs on the digital side than anybody in Philadelphia. I moved more DVDs than Big Star. That's a fact.
Heavy.
That's a fact. I ain't just saying that because I got lips. That's a fact.
That's the era.
We was getting $10, but the music, man, I don't never want to hear y'all say it's back until we start buying it. When y'all can show me that y'all purchased some of my music, then we back.
Right.
Because it'd never work for us because we don't buy into ourselves, man. We do not patronize each other. So we can stop all that, man. And if you're an old school rapper and you still want to rap, Damon, go ahead and rap, Damon.
Man, I'm gonna always do it just out the art and love, man. You know, I love music. Been doing it since I was young, man. So even if I record for me, I'm always in.
It's all about what you doing it for and why you doing it. Ain't about for nobody else, bro. If you doing it for somebody else, that means you looking for a situation. Right. And whatever you want out the situation, shoot your shot in the proposal. And just get a no fast. So that way you can change direction. But your no might be a yes, because every no, some no's is a yes. Remember that.
So what's your
the psychology of the sale?
What's your up and coming events and stuff you want to let the world and the people know
Day,
about?
man, as long as I'm alive, I have stuff going on, man.
Tell the people, man, they want to know what's next, brother.
That ain't. Don't stare at me. You can't stare at me, Day. My answer is gonna always be what it is. Okay. If I ain't stopped since '98, come on, bro.
Man, I'm just
I do 4 or 5 shows a year, bro.
Yes, sir.
And we just in the first quarter. What are we talking about? So y'all like me to get hyped? No, I'm cool.
That's my guy right here.
No, real rap, because I'm not a pump faker.
And he stand on it, man. And you know, that's the good part. He throws several events and some of the biggest shows in the city every year. So he's definitely not lying or fraud and just talking shit. I definitely.
Man, we do big award shows, man. We give out 300-400 awards, man. Ain't nobody doing that. Ain't nobody spending their own money on doing production like that. Nobody. In the greater tri-state area. In the last 5-6 years, show them. Show me them. I'll put circles around them in business.
Just had a major award show for the kids, man.
Man, we've been having them last 5-6 years. Even when COVID first kicked in. We had one at the Free Library. Stop playing with us.
Yes,
we ain't stopped, man. We get like he just trying to get, yes, we great have a fast show at the Met. We great have an independent powerhouse. Yeah, but wait for it.
Yes, sir.
Cause then it's gonna seem like I'm pump faking if something take precedence over that. I move with the money. I move with the boardroom.
Yes, sir.
I don't move with the thought process.
Yes, sir. That's a blessing.
Take my hat off to that.
That's my guy, man. Well, the community, the city, I
Hmm.
definitely appreciate you, brother, man.
I
No
appreciate
matter
you
what,
allowing me,
whatever
bro.
said, man,
Let
I
me say
appreciate
this respectfully. People make time for what they feel like is important. And I don't do nothing Monday through Thursday, bro, except go manage that profile I talked about.
it.
Because I get paid a lot of money to manage it and see it come to fruition and help other business owners, you know, review their delinquent AR. Pull that AR out. Who was past 60 to 90? Who was delinquent? Why? When the last time you heard from them? Oh, they're not sending dissolvement notices no more. They jumping into receivership. You better look how many companies filed bankruptcy.
Mm.
You know how many chapters are in a bankruptcy? I could teach you. Keep your AR squeaky clean. Call me. The reason why I say I'm Obama EA because I'm presidential. Don't put me in no box. I'm Republican and Democrat.
Mm. Talk heavy.
I'm a lobbyist without the politics.
My God.
Real rap. Don't put me in a box. I'm all. I'm all.
Right, man. Blessings, man.
No, man, man, I like what you got going on, man. Keep your hustle going on. I thought that was honorable what you said about Dame earlier, because I like Dame. But let me just say this to you. You was born in this world alone. And
And
sometimes,
Jimmy.
and sometimes I gotta wait for Fran and Lala to get to our show. So don't you ain't never been in the dark before?
Yes, sir.
Don't you ever be afraid of the boogeyman.
Mm-hmm.
Because the boogeyman is you. Remember, you are the boogeyman. So if you're ever alone, just say your name is Kevin.
Hmm. Hmm. But see, I wanted to give good clarity, you know what I mean? Because I'm moving on and a lot of people ask that question. And I
Because
wanted
people
it to
want to
be
be nosy,
positive.
but then some people really genuinely like, well, what happened? Lovers become strangers and vice versa. Just like why you not with your baby father or your son's mother. That's why.
And
That's
see,
why you're not in the 6th grade, the 7th grade, or even college. Evolution. A wise man said, you live on an earth that revolves on motion. And if you're not making motion with that, which is in our terminology is called time, then 9 times out of 10, you lost. My man Khan said that. You know, I got that from back in the but it made a lot of sense ever since. I'm like, whoa, I was reading these books. I'm like, whoa. So if you wake up every day, you look at your clock, and this clock is made to help you govern your whole structure of life. If you ain't making motion with that, John,
hmm,
what we talking about, man?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's important, man. Everybody's ambition and thought process is different. And we try to get us on the same page as men in
Mm-hmm.
business and everything else. But we think different, we wire different. And I just always try to stay humble and keep my ambition
Well,
and strive towards the right things.
it's okay to be humble, but it's also okay to be outspoken. Introverts being too much introvertic, I think you'll lose out a little bit more of the benefits of being an extrovert.
I feel you.
That's just based on studies and based on research and what hustling.
Hmm.
All right, yeah, getting to it, having the possibility, exhausting the what possibility.
That's me. I'm going to
We
do
all do, man. We all got 9 lives, man, 9 jobs, man. Honestly, man. I'd be so afraid to commit to certain things. I'd be like, looking at a calendar, knowing that I overbook, overcommit, overthink.
Mm-hmm.
Because just because you're not in a boardroom meeting don't mean that your mind ain't running the meeting. My mind always back in plays, bro.
Mm.
Real rap, bro.
That's heavy, man.
That's why sometimes I wake up 3, 4 in the morning and I'll be like, as soon as I pop up. Because and you should exercise that all the time because some of the things that that's supposed to manifest in the physical might do a U-turn on you, man.
Mm.
I had a lot of that, man. I've been going through that my whole life, man. And it may appear that it's always a up for me. It's not. Even having the finest things in life, it's a roller coaster. But what I enjoy most about the roller coaster is because I could dictate how I feel, even in a bad situation. I can still minimize it to the point where it won't break my state of felicity.
And that's an important thing that you just stated. A lot of men who look good all the time, smile a lot, show well. A lot of people always think their life is perfect. They don't have no downs, they don't have no depression, they don't have nothing going on. And everybody deals with something. Money does not heal everything. So it's important as men we show our struggles and also show our success.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and in closing, man, I just wanted to say, I want to thank this brother again for coming up here, blessing for Loose Talk first episode, season 2. This is very important to me. I want to thank my videographer, friend Daddy. He's been by my side through all of these different plays I've been trying to run. And I'm just trying to build good people, man, and people around me and make sure I'm around the right people. And it's all love, man. For Loose Talk, we here, man. Anything you want to say in closing, bro? We here.
Love, peace, and weed grease.
Yes, sir. We out, man. For Loose Talk. We out of here.